the Israeli army has started conducting raids on all aid convoys going to Gaza. This Israeli move drew a very strong reaction from the whole world, but when the truth came out, everyone was shocked. As the war between Israel and Hamas continues, Palestinian allied countries have started lining up to send humanitarian aid to Gaza. Some NATO countries, especially Arab countries, such as France, also want to send humanitarian aid to Palestine. However, the allegations that Russia and Iran sent humanitarian aid packages to Gaza contained a large number of weapons and ammunition shocked the whole world. Egyptian President Sisi recently decided to block the entry of Palestinian citizens to Egypt by sending his army instead of opening the Rafah gate. However, many countries want to send supplies and medicines to Palestinian citizens living in the Gaza Strip. Following the reactions to Egypt, U.S. President Joe Biden stepped in, and soon after, it was decided to open the Rafah border crossing at the request of the United States. With the opening of the Rafah gate and shipments of supplies and medicines starting to enter Gaza, the Israeli army began to block these shipments. Israel, which was putting pressure on certain convoys going to Gaza, was preventing these convoys from entering. However, the aggressive attitude of the Israeli army towards the aid convoys caused many countries to react harshly. At first, it was thought that Israel was deliberately trying to block these aid packages, but the statements made by the Israeli intelligence service shocked everyone. As it is known, upon the opening of the Rafah border crossing, the Russian and Iranian administrations wanted to send tons of humanitarian aid packages to Gaza. However, the Egyptian government did not allow these aid packages sent by Russia and Iran to pass through the Rafah border crossing into Gaza without being checked. After that, Russian President Vladimir Putin delivered these aid packages he had sent to Turkish aid organizations operating in Egypt. The Russian government has requested that these aid packages be sent to Gaza through this aid organization that Turkey maintains in Egypt. Thus, these aid packages would enter Gaza without being checked. Officials of the Israeli intelligence service Mossad stated that they had received intelligence that Russia and Iran were trying to carry out military shipments to Hamas and Hezbollah forces through Egypt. It is a well-known fact that Russia and Iran provide weapons and ammunition support to Hezbollah forces. However, Israeli officials claim that Russia is now also trying to provide weapons and ammunition support to Hamas militants. According to the allegations, the humanitarian aid packages sent by Russia contain Russian-made weapons and ammunition. Do you think it is possible that Russia, which supports Hamas in this war between Israel and Hamas forces, could do such a thing? The Israel Defense Forces has stated many times that Hezbollah militants stationed on the Syrian and Lebanese borders are using weapons and missiles belonging to Iran and Russia. In fact, it is estimated that the Hamas missile attack on October 7th also contained missiles belonging to Russia and Iran. The Israeli Defense Ministry made it clear that the raids on convoys trying to enter the Gaza Strip through the Egyptian Rafah gate were entirely due to this reason, and that they were not trying to block humanitarian aid packages sent to Palestinian citizens. Russia and Iran can very easily provide military support to Hamas forces through Egypt. If these claims of the Israeli government are confirmed, the entry of aid packages belonging to Russia and Iran into Gaza will be completely blocked. Israel's crackdown on convoys going to Gaza had caused the whole world to react harshly. The Israeli army was preventing these convoys sent by many countries from entering Gaza. However, the countries that reacted to these allegations that emerged fell into silence again. Many European countries, especially Arab countries, have also started sending humanitarian aid packages to Gaza. However, U.S. President Joe Biden has once again shown that they are fully behind Israel with the statement he has made. Joe Biden has prepared an executive order for the transfer of $14.3 billion to Israel, of which $10.6 billion is military aid. If this assistance is approved, the course of the war may completely change. Thus, the dominance of the United States in the Middle East will regain strength. This ongoing deconfliction between Israel and Hamas has caused many countries to choose sides. However, one of the most striking points in this war was that Turkey chose the Palestinian side. The United States believes that Turkey is the main threat to Israel. Former U.S. soldier and analyst Douglas Macgregor said in a statement that the main threat to Israel is Turkey. The Turks have the largest air and military power in the region, can deploy 2 million troops in less than a month, and Douglas Macgregor, who says the Turks are very ruthless fighters, sees Turkey as a threat. Turkey's decision to send Navy ships to the eastern Mediterranean in response to the United States is still a bigger question mark. Turkey, which is both a NATO country and a Muslim state, continues to attract reactions from NATO countries while supporting Palestine in this war. With these developments, it is thought that a major break in NATO is only a matter of time. The division of NATO into two different fronts for this war indicates that Western countries have different attitudes towards this war. The fact that, at some point, there is a possibility that countries supporting Palestine in NATO will cooperate with countries such as Iran and Russia shows that the outcome of the war will reach much different points. With the opening of the Rafah border crossing in Egypt, humanitarian aid packages continue to enter Gaza. Israel, on the other hand, cannot intervene in any of these aid packages based on the reactions received. Israel's hands are tied on this issue. Do you think that, according to the claims of the Israeli government, the Israeli army may actually be forced to allow the passage of these munitions and weapons, which will allow them to lose the war? Are Russia and Iran really using this Rafah border crossing for their own interests to send military support to Hamas? Along with the latest statement, it was stated that 20 trucks carrying medical supplies and medicines began to cross into the Gaza Strip from the Rafah border crossing. The German Interior Minister said in a statement that they will expel Hamas supporters from the country if they have to. In the same way, the German Luftwaffe air unit has reached Israel for the evacuation of German citizens. The Luftwaffe unit was an air combat unit of the troops of the German armed forces during the Second World War. Arab countries, on the other hand, continue to make statements of support for Palestine. Lebanese Prime Minister Najib Mikati said in a statement that Israel should be put under pressure until the attacks on the territory of Lebanon and Gaza are stopped.